Hello everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Caterina or Cat and this is Infinite Wellness Within. In today's pick a card reading, our topic is you will be so happy when this happens. Once you choose your card, you can find the timestamps in the description box below, which will take you to your reading. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is also linked below. Please remember that is the only way to book any of my services with me. If anyone reaches out to you, just know that it's not me. You will be so happy when this happens. Okay, we have group number 1, group number 2, and let's get a card for group number 3. I feel it's this one here. All right, group number 1, you have number 4, green vibrations, and you also have the blue lace agate. Group number 2, you have number 24, soulmates, and you have the ocean jasper heart. Group number 3, you have number 18, sense of wonder, and you have the Cinnabrite. All right, please take your time choosing your card or cards. It is perfectly fine to choose more than one. If you're drawn to more than one, the most important thing is that you listen to your intuition, and I'll see you in your readings. Hello, group number 1. You have the blue lace agate, and your card is number 4, green vibrations. So I feel like there's something going on here with your current energy where there's a sense of wanting to move forward with something but not being able to for one reason or another. And I feel that the not being able to part is shifting for you. So I feel there's going to be some sort of breakthrough, or there's going to be some kind of new opportunity that is going to bring you into a place where there's a lot more productivity, there's a lot more opportunities for growth and expansion. Because I feel that your environment right now, I feel there's something about that in your energy that it feels like you've done everything that you can where you currently are. And there's just, it's kind of like you've come up against a wall or something like that where it just feels like there isn't quite room for expansion, or maybe your heart is no longer in it. But I feel that's probably maybe fewer of you, because I feel that you have this amazing idea, but you need something else to get you from this point into like greater abundance. But that abundance is coming in, that answer is coming in for you. So I feel that you will be receiving a message or some form of communication that will help you jump into this new chapter, where then once you're in this new chapter, there's infinite growth potential for you. So you will no longer feel stuck or trapped or limited within this new environment, within this new chapter. So let's look at your other cards and get some more information about what is going on. All right, what is the most important information that you can give us from this deck for group number 1, please? And I'm hearing like, never give up, keep going, don't give up on what you're doing here. Okay, so we have, interesting, you have mountains and obstacles. It's number 5. And what's so interesting is you have number 4 here and you have number 5 here. So I feel like you are about to make some progress. I feel like you are about to overcome these obstacles because, you know, yes, you have the mountains here, but you also have an open road here where there are no obstacles on the road ahead. So this is taking me back to what I said with your first card, where it seems like you've done everything that you can in your current environment, or with your current idea. Whatever it is, it feels like you need to add something to what you're currently doing, or or we need to pick you up and put you in a different environment so that you can grow. Well, I say we, but I mean the universe. I really don't have anything to do with it, but you know what I'm saying. And so I feel that this is showing like the challenges that you had. You're now receiving a vehicle, if you will, so that it's easier. Because if you're trying to get on the other side of this mountain and you're trying to do that just with your 2 feet, that's going to take a very, very long time. It looks kind of treacherous trying to climb this mountain with all the snow on it. But if a vehicle shows up, right, a metaphorical vehicle to get you where you want to go, you can kind of bypass these obstacles and get around this mountain much, much, much faster and much easier as well. So let's see what else you have. Okay, so you have, ooh, look at that. I love this for you. It's number 25, cowrie shell and abundance. Is that amazing or what? So I feel that something, you know what I'm seeing? Something just kind of like landing in your lap, something showing up that changes the trajectory of your situation. It makes it so much easier for you. I feel like you're going to come into money as well. Some of you are going to have a sale with something. So either for work or you're going to sell something like a personal item that's going to bring in some money. Some of you could also be getting a loan or something like that. You could also be getting a raise. Some of you are getting recognition for something that you're doing over here, but the current environment that you're in, it's like nobody's noticing what you're doing. Because when I look at the energy of this person, it's almost like a sense of feeling defeated, almost like a sense of, well, if this doesn't happen soon, I'm going to give up. So it's like being let down by something. So maybe being let down by the obstacles or being let down because nobody's paying attention to what you're doing and the hard work that you're putting into something. But I feel like where you're going, as soon as you get over the obstacles here, there's more grounding. The foundation feels much more sturdy where you're going. Everything just feels like it's lining you up for success once you shift from this over here. What else can you tell us for group number 1? Okay, we have 1 and 2. Wow, okay, what is this card? Ooh, you have begin now, take your first step. Isn't that interesting how it kind of flew across the table here? That's interesting. I'm not sure what that means. Begin now. Okay, I was just trying to think, does it mean anything that it flew out of my hand? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I'm just clumsy today. But whatever is going on with that, we'll see if it pops up again. But here, take your first step. So what I'm seeing is the universe is giving you a blessing to expand beyond this environment here. So I feel that expanding beyond this environment has something to do with the messages that you're going to be receiving, or the message, or some sort of communication that's coming into you here, into your life here. So take your first step. Well, you know, this is also the opposite of giving up. So if any of you feel like you want to give up over here, I feel Spirit is saying, don't give up. These obstacles are going to pass for you. Let's see what else you have. Reaching your destination, your light is shining brightly. Look at the butterfly here. So let's look at these 2 cards next to each other, because in both cards you have this pathway, right? And I keep feeling like Spirit is saying, don't give up, don't give up, keep going. Maybe you did begin already, but you've only gotten so far. And so now you're saying, well, I don't know, am I on the wrong path? What's going on? Spirit is saying here, you are absolutely going to reach your destination. Your light is shining brightly. So I feel like there's nothing that can really prevent you from reaching your destination, except for your own fears, except for your own self-limiting beliefs, which, I mean, it's easy to have those when you have challenges and obstacles in your environment. But Spirit is saying that you are going to be so happy when you reach your destination. So you're definitely going to reach your destination. You're going to experience a lot of abundance when you get there. So maybe with take your first step and begin now, maybe some of you have a great idea going on over here but you're really afraid to get started. Maybe you're afraid to make some changes in your life, making shifts into a new environment, right? That can be scary because we hope things are going to work out, but do we know for sure that things actually are going to work out? A lot of times we don't until we dive in and we see what happens. So yeah, Spirit is very much encouraging you here. So let's get started with your tarot cards. What else would you like group number 1, thank you, to know? Okay, yeah, this one I feel should come out now. Okay. So let's look at this one. Okay, so you have the 5 of Swords. So what I'm seeing here is that you need to stand your ground because you're going to overcome any difficulties. I feel that you're very protected going forward. And I feel that the obstacles, see, I feel like these 2 people back here represent your obstacles. And I feel that you're kind of drawing the line in the sand. See, it's interesting. You have 1 sword here and 1 sword here, and then this sword here. So it looks like you are in a state of protection from any more obstacles happening. I feel you're getting the upper hand over these obstacles, and you're very, very, very protected. You are sending these obstacles on their way. I really feel that's what's happening here. So here you have the person, and then you have the dog here. So I feel that this is you, and this is something that you've been creating. I feel this is something that is very near and dear to your heart, but I also feel that this situation is very loyal to you in the sense that Spirit is trying to show you that you focusing on this idea and you putting your effort into nurturing this idea, this plan that you have, it is going to bring abundance for you. It is going to pay off for you. So you have the Chariot. Okay, so isn't this interesting that the Chariot shows up here right after I said that you're overcoming these obstacles? Because what was I talking about here with your Mountains card where it says obstacles? I was talking about a car, a vehicle showing up to get you on the other side of the mountain, to make it easier for you to achieve what you want to achieve here. Because could you go the way that you were going? Yeah, sure, you would have eventually gotten there with this 5 of Swords. But something is shifting so that it becomes easier for you. So here we go. You have the Chariot card. So this is, see, you are building something very, very strong, but there's something about over here. I'm telling you, something is missing over here, but you're finding that missing key, you're finding that missing ingredient. And when you do, things become much, much easier, because if you look at this Chariot here, it looks like it's made out of cement, so probably very, very heavy. But not only is it floating in the water, but you have this little swan here, which is moving this big Chariot here and the person on top of it. So do you see how easy it is for the swan to move that? So I feel that's what's going to happen for you. Like, looking at it from a logical standpoint, your situation looks like it might be very difficult, or for some of you, it may look even impossible. But I'm telling you, there's something that's going to land in your lap that's going to make it easier for you. Yeah, see? So here you have the Fool card. So this is you starting that new chapter. This is you going after something that has captured your heart. And I feel that you've been looking forward to this day for a very long time, because you've had this idea for a long time, but you, like I said, you haven't had the vehicle to get you to where you want to go. Well, it's showing up here. And I feel this dog here is urging you to go forward, urging you to take that first step, urging you to begin now so that you can reach your destination, so that you can reach your highest potential. So, it feels like you've had certain things in your life that prevented you from moving forward, like I said. So I feel there's kind of a 3-step process going on here. You had those obstacles, And with the green vibrations, I'm also getting such a huge sense of healing here. So maybe you had the obstacles and you had to take some downtime to heal something going on in your life. And then you're overcoming that obstacle and whatever you needed to heal here. And as soon as that happens, everything seems to shift pretty quickly for you. And then this is your new chapter here. As soon as you step through this door, you're going to feel so happy and so much lighter. The Four of Swords, yeah, this is what I was just talking about. You had some downtime where you needed to heal from something. But what's going to happen after you heal? You're going to get up and you have the Five of Swords, where you have like the second wind, where you have your power back, you have your frame of mind back. You've cleared up any brain fog or anything like that, and you overcome these obstacles. So yeah, some of you have literally had to overcome some sort of physical ailment or some sort of maybe crippling anxiety or something like that, but you're definitely healing in this card. That's why you have this downtime here, because something's being fixed here. So you have the King of Cups. Yeah, and so do you see what's happening? So once you go through this healing process, then here, your ship is coming in. Here, you're back. You know, you have your power back. You also have clarity of mind. There's something going on where it feels like almost like over here your mind was stuck or something, like you just had so much going on, so much chaos, something like that, where you couldn't quite think clearly. But here, you're thinking clearly, there's balance, and you can even see this person is pointing down. So it's kind of like, you're like, okay, like you're waiting for something to arrive and you're saying, this is my cup, I want to fill it with whatever's coming toward me. So I feel like you have command of the universe here and you're making things happen. Whereas before you wanted to make things happen, but they weren't happening yet. But here things are actually happening for you. So it's a big shift. Wow. Now you have the King of Coins. That's amazing. So not only have you built something, but it's very successful. Any moves that you are thinking about making or that you have already made. So let's say if you made a move into a new career or you made a move into a new place to live or something like that, and you've had a lot of stagnancy after that, that's going to change for you. It's just the fact that it's going to take a little bit of time for everything to kind of fall into place and for you to step into abundance and step into success. But it's shifting. It is happening for you. And so any environment, remember how I was saying this feels limited for some reason, even though there's a lot of growth here, it feels like you've done what you can there and it's time to find a new environment for your infinite expansion. So that's what you have here. There's so much growth here. So this is, you know, when you step into that new beginning and then you're immersed and you've really started to lay this really, really positive foundation here. And people are noticing what you're doing. There's a lot of rewards here. So if you're wondering, is this abundance here, finances? It absolutely could be with the King of Coins here, with the King of Cups. It definitely feels like it's both. It's emotional satisfaction, emotional abundance, emotional balance, financial abundance. There's a stream of income that's coming in here, a rather large stream of income. And whatever it is, I feel that you've built something. I just heard family, so you could be building a family, either a literal family or a work family, or something kind of connected in those two realms. So you have the 10 of Wands. Yeah, so a massive, massive struggle, a massive obstacle is coming to an end for you. And you're going to feel so much lighter. And it's really interesting to me that this person doesn't have any shoes on, because I feel like the clearer you can see that this struggle is coming to an end, the more grounded you're going to feel with the idea, the original idea that you started moving forward with. and you're no longer going to, like, you're literally going to feel lighter. Like this card just flew across the table. So you're literally going to feel lighter because you're letting go of these wands here. And it's interesting also that this 10 of Wands is below the 5 of Swords, because the 5 of Swords is overcoming a struggle in a sense, right? That is definitely what I'm picking up here. The fact that you did not give up, same thing that's going on here with the 10 of Wands. Spirit is saying, don't give up. You're so close. So keep going, keep, moving past these obstacles, and you will see victory. Okay, what else? Look at all the kings that you have. This is amazing. Wow. So with the King of Swords, this is kind of what I was talking about earlier when I was feeling like, or at least I think I mentioned that, it feels like there might have been some sort of brain fog or lack of clarity with things. You're receiving an answer to your problem. Some of you are receiving an offer. Some of you are receiving a gift. And some of you are receiving divine guidance. But I definitely feel like this King of Swords is talking possibly about a person. I feel these two over here were talking about you and the success that you will have going forward and the things that you'll be able to enjoy. But this, I feel, is a person that could possibly be coming into your life with an offer of a change of environment. It could be some of you are waiting for an answer regarding something going on in your life, and you felt like until you had this answer, it was a massive obstacle in your life, and you would not be able to receive or even achieve abundance until you had this here, that where you're reaching a conclusion here. But this is going to happen for you. And once it does, that's when you're on your way, because you have the Chariot card right above. So this could be those messages that I was talking about you receiving over here. It could be that communication. It could be somebody who arrives who has a different viewpoint, someone who you can communicate with, who will understand exactly what you're saying and will see your vision and will have the avenue or the road will open a door for you so that you can take your first step forward, right? Because I feel this person is going to see your light shining brightly with this card, because the King of Swords can absolutely talk about transformation. And then what do you have here? The butterfly. And this looks like it might be a butterfly right here. I'm not sure exactly what that is meant to be. But yeah, someone's coming in, I feel, that's going to bring forth that transformation. So here you have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, do you see how this comes after what I was just talking about? Something brings forth that transformation. And so you've been planning. Look at this book down here. You've been planning, you've been researching, you've been putting in so much hard work. I feel some of you are manifesting, you're visualizing, you're doing absolutely everything that you can to achieve a goal that you have. And you will be able to move forward with this. Absolutely. It's going to be so much easier for you, because if you notice, this Ace of Wands here has wings. And so that's exactly what, metaphorically, what I was speaking about with the car showing up here on your mountains card and obstacles. There's a vehicle that's showing up that's going to get you from point A to point B much, much faster, much, much quicker. Because if you did that just with your own 2 feet, you would be so tired and exhausted when you got to the other side of the mountain. But the way that it's going to happen now, it's literally like the universe is picking you up and putting you exactly where you need to be. Yes, you have the 9 of Swords. So first of all, what I'm hearing is that you have not wasted time. You needed time to heal from something. And once you get closure on that, once you heal from something, things happen very, very quickly for you. Your idea is still loyal to you. Your idea is still sitting there waiting for you. Your idea is not going to go anywhere. So let's say if some of you had this great idea to start something, but you couldn't do that because you had to take care of something in your home environment. Let's say you had a big plan for your career, your work, but something was going on at home that you had to take care of first. Well, once you complete everything that you needed to complete, once you overcome those obstacles, you can still do what you wanted to do. So did it set you back a little bit? Timing wise, perhaps, but I just really feel that delays, for certain cases, delays may have been divine. There could have been a divine redirection, something like that. So Spirit just really wants you to know that you're still going to achieve what you're meant to achieve, and you don't have to worry so much about, will I be happy? Will this happen? Because it will. So you have the Two of Coins here. So I feel that you're finding what you are looking for. There is balance coming in, especially because this is below the King of Cups. The King of Cups is balance. So some of you may have to do two things at once, where you're still in this environment over here, which is very limiting, but look at all the growth that has happened over here. So I feel if you're temporarily immobilized in a current environment, because I don't want to say stuck, because you're not stuck. You may feel stuck, but you're not. Okay, so if you're currently immobilized over here, what I'm seeing with this card is that there are still things that you can do to prepare yourself for when that shift happens. And do you see here how you have this boat? So there is something arriving. There's like a vehicle that's arriving to help get you from point A to point B. And then I feel like there's a problem here because you have the boat, but you don't have any water here. But look at all the water that you have here in the King of Cups. And look at how this boat is in the water. So do you see how there's something going on with these two cards, the Two of Coins and the King of Cups, where if something was off balance or something was lacking here in order for you to move forward, it is shifting for you. I mean, look at the abundance of water that you have in this card versus this card. And so there is something with something divine showing up, because I'm seeing like rain showing up, and not just a little bit of rain, but so much rain that it feels like the ocean, right? So obviously we're talking metaphorically here. So whatever this is over here, this King of Swords, it literally provides you with infinite potential and infinite resources for whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. And that this King of Swords is what is going to make you so happy, because it's when this shows up, it's going to clear the path for you going forward. I really feel for a lot of you, someone's going to see your potential, someone's going to have an offer for you. It's like an opportunity of a lifetime for some of you. So we have the Queen of Wands. All right, so what I'm feeling with this Queen of Wands is that when this shift happens for you, you get your power back. You are able to cut through any insecurities, cut through any anything that was like lacking over here where you couldn't see the path forward. You're able to cut through that, but you also get your power back. You have this this potential that is just like burning around you. You have this energy of wanting to move forward and feeling very, very frustrated with delays, with things like that that were going on. But you're cutting through those delays and you're able to pursue something that is very near and dear to your heart. So there's definitely going to be a shift for you. You're overcoming obstacles. You're overcoming your fears also that this positive thing is not going to happen. It is going to happen. You have a lot of court cards here showing that the timing does feel like it's a little bit out of your control. And so you will have to be a little bit patient with that, because things are going to show up when they show up. And I say that because you don't rush the king or queen. They do things on their own time. But just know that it is going to happen for you. So that is what I'm seeing for you. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 2. You have the Ocean Jasper heart, and your card is number 24 and soulmates. All right, so you have soulmates here, you have the heart here. I'm gonna take a good guess and say that this reading could definitely be a romance reading. So if anyone is not interested in hearing about romance, then I suggest you choose another group, or maybe, if neither of the other groups interested you, you might just want to watch another reading altogether. But what I'm seeing here is definitely something that's going to make you so happy is finding someone who you really connect with. And with the embrace here, it definitely looks like it's going to be romantic. And then also, it's so interesting that your group had the Ocean Jasper heart, because this, the Ocean Jasper, this is like being in the flow of things. So Spirit is saying that if you're not expecting romance, but you're like, well, I'd be open to it, I'm just not expecting with it, Spirit is saying go with the flow. Okay, definitely go with the flow, because romance is going to be blossoming for you. So beyond that, what I'm seeing, with all of the flowers here, it looks like you've probably gone through some personal growth yourself. And I feel that that was like the precursor to you finding your soulmate. It feels like you had to go through something. You had to potentially learn lessons and get closure on certain things, or maybe you were focused on your career and you really didn't have time to focus on someone else in your life. Maybe something like that was going on with the person that you're going to meet. But I feel that both of you have grown enough in this lifetime to come together and to create a life together with each other. So yeah, it definitely looks like new romance is coming in for you, and it definitely looks like this person is going to be your soulmate. And I'm getting, for a lot of you, this is going to be, your lifelong companion, someone that you may potentially have children with, or fur babies, things like that. So let's go ahead and look at your other cards. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please? Okay, well, there we go. That's your other card. All right, so you have number 31, Globe in Possibility. Okay, the first thing that came to my mind here, okay, oh my gosh, I'm being flooded with information. Okay, some of you might meet your soulmate while you're on vacation, or if this person's on vacation, like in your hometown or something like that. Also, this person could be from a different location than you, or from a different background, like a different ethnicity, something like that. Now, the other thing that I'm feeling here is that both of you have had some pretty interesting life experiences. And I feel that they are different life experiences, but they're very, very similar in certain aspects. So let's say if you went through something that was quite traumatic to you, and you learned a lot of lessons, and you went through like this pretty dramatic soul growth because of those experiences that you had. I feel like this other person, this other person may have gone through something very similar. And for some of you, it could be, very, very, very similar to what you went through, as far as like being an identical circumstance. But I feel for a lot of you, it will be different circumstances, but very similar emotions, very similar soul growth. I'm also feeling like with your soulmate, you could be looking forward to a lot of travel, going to exotic places, learning about different cultures, just exploring the world together, and really having like infinite possibilities with this person, because you have the globe here. So it's like, it just feels like there's a lot of infinite possibilities. So pretty exciting. Okay, wow, this is in group number 1 also. So you have number 25, Cowrie Shell and Abundance. Woo, Ooh, that's so awesome. I feel like when you meet your soulmate, there's a massive shift that happens for you where you start to see potential in your life where you didn't see potential before. And it feels like it has something to do with expanding into kind of like uncharted waters. Some of you are going to be moving overseas or moving close to water. Because isn't it interesting that you have the ocean Jasper heart and then you have all of this water on the globe? Very interesting. And then also here with the shells, right? Where typically you'll find shells by water, right? So yeah, there's something about water that's connecting the two of you together, or that'll play a significant role in your future. But yeah, I feel like you just have so many opportunities, so many ways that you're going to expand and grow with this person, like on a soul level. And that, when you two come together, I feel like, some of you will find, this person is like your travel buddy, your travel partner, because maybe you love to travel and this other person's going to love to travel. It could be that there's some sort of interesting connection. Like if you come from completely different places of the world, there could be this really odd connection that the two of you had, even though you grew up in completely opposite places, something like that. So let's get more information. What else can you tell us for group number 2? Okay, I feel like you have 3 cards. Finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. Okay, so with finding sanctuary, I feel like you are finding sanctuary with your soulmate. And I feel that you're going to be building a life together. And, with the clouds here, I feel like the clouds are parting. I feel like you're seeing almost like the key to your future. Like your future is opening up for you. And you're really starting to see the potential that you could have with this person. I feel also some of you may have been feeling like you were blocked from finding your person, or for one reason or another, you were blocking someone from coming in, probably because you had a lot of healing to do over here, which could be it could be anything really. It could be you needed to get your career back on track. Maybe you had a health concern that you needed to work out, or a family issue, or maybe just overcoming and getting closure from a past relationship, something like that. And so here, some of you might feel like you're a little unsure about starting something with someone new. But what I'm feeling is that it's safe for you to go forward. It's safe for you to get out there and start looking for someone, because I feel that you're going to find someone who really matches your energy, someone who meets you where you are, and someone who doesn't have like unrealistic expectations about you or your relationship going forward or anything like that. Like I'm getting a very gentle energy here, a very nurturing energy where both of you seem to have that energy with each other. So if you're worried, like if there's something going on in your life where you're not completely healed from something, Spirit is saying that's okay, because this other person is going to meet you where you are. This person is going to understand where you're coming from. And vice versa. If the other person has something that they're not completely healed from, I feel that you're going to meet them where they are. Okay. What else do we have? Protected by angels, you are cherished by the angels. Okay, I feel like this person is watching over you. I feel this is like an angel. This could be someone who's passed on to the other side, someone who's very, very, very protective of you, and someone who is giving you their blessing to go forward with someone. I am getting the coolest energy here. Oh my gosh. Someone on the other side loves you so much and would literally like pop back into this life to like save you from someone who wasn't who they said they were, or anything like that. Like this is such a cool energy here. Whoever this is, they have kind of like a sense of humor also. anyway, just know that you're protected, because I feel like a lot of you, like I mentioned over here, there's healing going on here, and there may still be healing going on when you meet this person. But I also feel like you can heal together. I feel that this person provides a sense of unconditional love, a sense of understanding, a sense of patience, and just kind of this energy that you haven't felt before. And even if you were in love before and maybe, something happened where that came to an end for, one reason or another, maybe you're still on really positive terms with that person, but it just, the relationship just fizzled out. So I'm just seeing that there's something different about the love that you're about to receive from this person. It just feels like you haven't experienced either this level of unconditional love or a connection quite like this before, something like that. So within this new relationship, you're going to feel abundance, but do you also see how your abundance here is protected with the shells? So there's so much protection, and you're just going to feel like you found your home, you found your peace. All right. And again, you have protection and shelter. That's so interesting. So you have taking shelter. The answers are within. I'm getting a couple things here. So some of you are literally taking shelter from meeting someone new. Even though you want to meet someone new, for one reason or another, you don't necessarily feel safe getting out there because you don't know what you're going to find, right? It's kind of like, thinking about going back out there is kind of scary. I don't know who I'm going to meet and what their intentions are going to be. But what I'm seeing is that if you take a chance, you're going to find something that I feel is going to be kind of unexpected for one reason or another, but very, very pleasantly unexpected. And it's just like all four of these cards, it's just like there's so much protection, there's so much warmth. And I feel like you're going to be finding something that you were looking for. And it's interesting, what is this? The answers are within, and then you're healing over here. So maybe this other person has something about them or something that will be introduced into your relationship that will heal something within you that's still unhealed over here. So, I'm going to keep that in mind as we go forward and see if that comes up again. What else would you like to say? All right, you have the Emperor. Isn't that interesting that you have the Emperor looking like forward toward the future, and then you have the globe here with possibility? What I'm feeling here is that there's an instant sense of your future with this person. It's like the fog is clearing. Do you see down here how you have fog on this card? It's like you're seeing things differently than you saw before. You're seeing the possibilities within this person, but you're seeing the possibilities of your life with someone again. And I feel that when the two of you come together, I was getting something like this over here. Some of you might be starting a business with this person. Some of you might be starting, it could just be talking about you starting a family with this person or just starting a life together with this person. But there seems to be something else going on here where you're looking at possibilities that you didn't think of before. So it does feel like it's a little bit beyond having a family or, having a home with someone. It feels like there's something more advanced than that going on here. And maybe some of you just will not know what this is until you meet this person and you step into this beautiful relationship. All right, so here we have the Queen of Wands. Ooh, I love this so much. What I am getting from this card is that this person will allow you to be yourself. This person will not want to change you. This person will let you still have your sense of self, your sense of independence. Remember I said this person's going to meet you where you are? So if you're not completely healed from something, or if you're still working on yourself, which, right, aren't we all continually working on ourselves, right? Whatever it is, this person's going to allow you to grow into the person that you hope to be, this person that you know, whatever goals you have, whatever things you want to achieve in your life. And as you change, as you go through these different phases in your life, this person's going to love you through every single phase of your lives together. I feel this person is also going to see you as very strong and courageous and independent, very beautiful or very handsome. You know, and just energetically, this person is going to feel like you are, I'm feeling like everything that they've been looking for. And I feel that's how you're going to feel about this person as well. So this actually goes both ways, where you're going to see this person as very attractive. There's unconditional love on your side as well. But the most important thing here is that this person will let you be yourself. This person doesn't want to change one thing about you. They just want you to be yourself. And because they feel like you shine the way you are, and they want you to keep shining. They don't want to consume you in this relationship. So basically, they're going to love you with like the highest form of love, where they don't want to own you. They want to choose to be with you, and you choose to be with them, but there's still where you're still yourself. Does that make sense? Okay. So we have the Hanged One. Ooh, okay. Some of you may have been worried that you weren't going to find someone, or some of you may have been kind of through the ringer, going through, you know, like the dating world. But what Spirit is saying here is that the one, because you see it's the Hanged One. Most of the time, like the traditional tarot, it's the Hanged Man, or in more modern decks, the Hanged Woman. But here it's the Hanged One. So if you have been doing things like, let's say with the Queen of Wands, let's say that you are really, really focused on your career, and so you didn't really have time for romance and all of that. But now you're like, oh no, I hope I didn't waste so much time that now I can't find my special person. No, 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 that's not what's going to happen. Spirit is saying that person is still there waiting for you. Okay. And for some of you, this is saying that you could potentially meet this person in the next 12 months. So just keep that in mind. That's possible. Maybe not for every single person who's watching this. And if you don't meet this person in the next 12 months, then I feel what's going to happen over the next 12 months is things start lining up for you to put you in that direct alignment to meet this new person. All right, the Ace of Wands. Yeah, some of you are going to meet this person in a very surprising way. I am hearing something about the past, a blast from the past. I also, gosh, what was that it just went right through my mind. But it was something about reconnecting with someone from the past. So very similar to a blast from the past, but not quite. Like a blast from the past, I think like a long time ago. But the other thought that I had was like a little bit ago, but not that long ago. Maybe some of you met someone a year ago and they're going to come back into your life. Like maybe something happened. Maybe someone had to travel for work or something like that, and you guys decided not to take it any further. So someone could be coming back from the past. Something surprising could be happening where maybe, you know, you're going out to lunch with a relative and you're not thinking about romance, right? And then all of a sudden you just happen to meet someone completely randomly. Okay, so that could happen also. But I feel with this Ace of Wands, it's going to be an instant attraction. Like you guys lock eyes and you're like, oh my gosh, I think you're my soulmate. I mean, maybe not quite that dramatic, but you know what I'm saying? Maybe you will have that thought cross your mind, but you might not express it to each other. But there's definitely going to be some sparks that are flying between the two of you. Okay, so you have the Three of Pentacles here. There's an ease to this connection, an ease to this relationship. I would not be surprised if you've had past lives together, because I feel like you're continuing to work on your relationship from a past life. I feel also that you could definitely have new friends and new family that comes into your life based on meeting this person. And So, like I said earlier, some of you are going to actually be working together. So you might actually meet this person at work, I feel. You guys are, some of you are going to be brought together by a third party. So like I said, someone on the other side could be directing you on the path to meet this person. Some of you could go on a blind date. Some of you have a friend or family member who knows someone and they're going to set you up. But I'm telling you, this is being divinely guided. The way you meet this person is not by accident at all. There are no coincidences when it comes to you meeting this person. All right, so we have the moon card, yeah. So this is kind of a continuation with what I was just saying. There are no coincidences. Your paths could mysteriously cross. And also, some of you had to take a break from each other, but this person is coming back into your life. Some of you, see, I feel the majority of you are meeting someone completely new, or if you, maybe you've seen this person before, but you've never really talked to this person, right? And then I feel there's a very, very few of you where someone from your past is coming back. And this would be, you know, kind of very surprising, very shocking to you. And some of you were maybe in a relationship with this person before, and you both, like, you had to part ways because you had to go through some sort of growth process on your own individually, but now you're being brought back together. So for some of you, there was like space and time and distance between the two of you, but you're being brought back together. But for the majority of you, I feel you have not met this person yet. So just listen to your intuition and what resonates with you when I talk about that, because this is a general reading. So I'm getting, you know, different energies here, but, you will have a psychic connection with this person. I mean, it's like immediate. You have that connection. Look at you. Look at the two of you here. That is so sweet. So the Two of Cups, do you see the energy swirling between the two of you? This is what I'm talking about with that instant connection. I feel that you will have conversations with this person like right off the bat where you just want to talk to them for hours and hours and hours. It's like there's never an end in the conversation. Your energies just go together so perfectly. And there's something about you meeting at the perfect time. And for some of you, this is very, very important. You may not be completely healed from something, but it's still the right time to meet this person. I feel that you have patience with each other. I feel there's almost an unspoken understanding. I feel like you have the psychic language between each other where you just know almost what the other person is thinking and feeling, and you have great communication also. So this isn't going to be one of those things where you're like, what is this person thinking? What's going on? No, you're going to know. You're going to know what's going on. What there was something else with this. Oh yeah. So I do get a sense of healing here. It's like you could be healing like that missing piece that was in your life or in this other person's life, or your heart is healing when you're with this person. The Sun card. Oh my gosh, you have so many blessings coming in for you regarding this person. Wow. There's a lot of growth that you're going to go through with this person, a lot of abundance. And I mean, it's just so happy. You feel so blessed. You feel so incredibly blessed, and you're really looking forward to your future with this person and the things that you're going to do together. And you're really setting like a positive foundation in the beginning of your relationship, because I feel there's something going on where you're talking very openly, very honestly about what you both want. I feel everything's kind of on the table. So there's no surprises. The only surprise that I feel there might be is the way you meet this person or how you're brought together with this person. I do see that there could be children in one form or another coming into your life. So this could be human children. This could be you combining families if both of you already have children. And this could also be fur babies. So keep that in mind also. To me personally, when I say children, it can be fur babies or human babies, especially with the little cat here. So you have the Three of Swords. So isn't this interesting that the Three of Swords is right below the Hanged One here? I feel that there is something that, so this could be something that you went through in the past, that maybe you are afraid that it's going to come in between the two of you. And what I'm seeing is that this is over, this is done, right? And some of you went through something here, and that's why you were stuck waiting, like why you couldn't move forward with someone. So for some of you, this is an insecurity. Some of you, this is being terrified of being hurt again, or being worried that someone's going to not stick around, that somebody may be there and then they leave. What I'm seeing is that you're very, very protected from this happening again. So if you have a fear about something happening, I really feel like your worst fear is not going to happen here. Like, it is safe for you to move forward with this person. You have the 9 of Wands. So again, you're very protected. There's a sense of peace and calm that you will have with this person. I feel that I really feel for the majority of you, it's not that far off before you meet this person. Spirit also says don't give up, because I feel some of you have gone on like all these dates here and you're just like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore, because you're not really having any luck and you're meeting some very odd characters and people that you just don't resonate with, and it feels like it's a waste of your time. Spirit is saying don't give up. There is someone coming in for you. And there is a bit of divine timing here, because if you feel like you keep looking and looking and looking and you're not meeting anybody, but you're ready, maybe some of you are ready to start a family, or some of you are ready to, just settle down and have a home with someone. Spirit is saying that this person is still coming towards you, but it could be that they're dealing with something on their side. Maybe they're healing from something, some personal issue, or maybe they're cleansing their energy of a past romance, or, whatever it may be, they're completing something. That could be what's going on here as well. But have no doubt that something is shifting for you very, very soon. And also, like, you have finding sanctuary here. So you are going to find sanctuary with someone. It's getting close to you, because here you have the 9 wands, and here is your missing wand to get you to 10, which is then starting that new cycle. The Ace of Wands is a new cycle. So this is, showing that you're very, very close. All right, so we have the Tower card. Okay, some of you had a twist of fate that happened that is leading you directly into finding your soulmate. So what I mean by that, let's say that some of you lost your job and you are looking for a new job, and within that new job, that is how you meet your soulmate. So that's what I'm talking about here. So this could be someone that you work with, or someone who's somehow connected to your work in one shape or form. Another thing this could be talking about is, like, let's say that you had a past romance that did not work out. Maybe it fell apart and you were really devastated by that, but that was a twist of fate because that person wasn't your true soulmate. And so now, after all that happened, now you are finding your true soulmate. Another thing could be going on here is if you had to part ways with someone and they're being brought back into your life. This is showing that that happened for a reason, because you needed to kind of maybe clean up old karmic situations and kind of come back together with a clean slate. So I do see that as a possibility here. And this can also be something very, very shocking happening, but it's very, very positive, where you just out of nowhere, out of the blue, completely unexpected, you meet this special person and it literally knocks you off your feet and it shifts your entire world when you least expect it. Because here's the thing, right? You're falling from the tower, but you're falling in the water. So once again, you're very protected. So very interesting what you have going on here. Let's look at your last card. You have the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is that there is this energy that is coming together. Do you see how you have the infinity symbol here? So I really feel like there's infinite potential Just like didn't I say that here? I said something similar to that with globe and possibility. There's infinite potential for your relationship, for where you can take this, there's infinite love that you can have with this person. And you're going to build something very, very strong. I feel that you're able to, it feels like you just almost seamlessly enter each other's worlds, and it feels like you've always known this person. It feels like you've already had a history with this person, and the reason why is because you've most likely had past lives with this person. Yeah, I feel also there's some sort of difficulty that is coming to an end when you meet this person. So maybe you're going to join finances. Maybe you're going to move into one place, and so that makes it easier financially for you. Like I said, some of you are going to start a business together. Others of you, I feel there's something in your heart that will be repaired, that will be healed when you meet this person, and so it's like you feel like you're whole again. It's also something I'm seeing here. So that is what I'm seeing. You definitely have a soulmate coming in. I really wish you just so much abundance and so many blessings with this person. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 3. You have the Cinnabrite, and your card is number 18, Sense of Wonder. All right, the energy that I'm getting from this card is that there's definitely a change or a transformation that's going to happen for you that you will be so happy about. I mean, you're going to be so happy, because I feel that this is something that you have been visualizing. If you can see, this person has their eyes closed. And so I feel that this is something that you have really, really, really been focused on. You've been hoping for it. Maybe this is a miracle that's going to happen for you. So yeah, there's a pretty significant change that's happening for you. You're going to feel much lighter. You're absolutely going to feel happier about your situation. And it just feels like you've had a dream about something, and it's finally going to be happening for you. So some of you might be taking a leap of faith with something, because it feels like some of you have been waiting for something to happen so that you can move forward with something, and that time is going to happen for you. Okay, you can see how the clouds are starting to clear here, so your time is coming up fairly soon to take a leap of faith, or to make a decision with something, to make a decision about moving forward with something. Yeah, and so definitely you're going to be listening to your intuition. I feel like you're going to have an instinct about which direction to go, or if you have multiple options, which option to go with. And these changes are going to bring you some very significant growth. So if something has been kind of in like a holding pattern, or you started something and you haven't seen much growth with it yet, you absolutely will. Something's going to flourish for you. What else would you like to say? I feel these 2 cards. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So you have number 38, Succulence and Resilience. So I feel like you're coming out on the other side of something that required a lot of resilience. So you're also getting an understanding of things and how things are working, or there's something like that. It's like you're gaining an understanding of something, and then you're able to move forward. But it's something about the resilience that you went through here as you are waiting for things to happen that you're going to keep with you as you go forward. And so it just feels like something in this situation is actually going to help you going forward. But I definitely feel like you're being guided into the place of least resistance moving forward, because I feel like you've had enough resistance. That is over. That's kind of this old chapter. The energy is shifting for you, and things, it feels like there's going to be like just huge potential for you stepping into some door. All right, so you have number 34, Sunflower and Action. Yeah, you're definitely going to be taking some sort of action soon. You know what I'm thinking here? This is making me think of summer. So maybe something's going to happen for you in summer, because I'm getting like a lot of warmth. Like I can literally feel the sun on my skin. And it doesn't have to be summer, okay? It could just be an unseasonably warm day of the year when something shifts for you. But I also feel like that's how it's going to feel for you when this happens, because you're going to be so happy. When you step forward into this shift, you're going to feel like, oh, finally, because it just feels like you're going from being cold to being very warm. So being in a warm environment, or being in an environment that's very inviting to you. And I feel that you have a lot of good luck by taking action with something here, because if you notice here how this person has the dragonfly and is gently holding on to the dragonfly, and I feel like the dragonfly is saying, hey, hold on, because here's this opportunity for you over here. So with the dragonfly and the sunflower combined, I feel like there's going to be multiple aspects to this new situation that make you happy. So it could also turn out to be a little bit better than what you expected, or maybe a lot better than what you expected. I really, really feel that taking a leap of faith or making some sort of change in your life that you've been thinking about doing, I really feel that's going to pay off for you. What else can you tell us for group number 3, please? Oh, is that 2? Yes, it is. All right. Oh, yeah, begin now, take your first step. Isn't that funny how we've been talking about taking a leap of faith and starting something? Yeah, so just know that you have everything that you need to go forward on this journey, because I'm also seeing now as you go forward on this journey, you're very resilient. You have everything that you need in this backpack here to go forward. And I'm also seeing, like, as I look at this pathway here, I'm picturing these succulents here, kind of like you're encountering those along your path going forward. So it seems like every step of the way, you're going to have something that sustains you until you get exactly where you want to be. But yeah, Spirit is saying you're ready. You are ready for this new beginning. There really doesn't seem to be a reason why you need to continue to wait. And if you don't know all of the details yet, or if you don't know exactly what you're doing or where you're going, Spirit says that take the first step. Now, this doesn't mean that you actually have to jump, right? When we're talking about taking a leap of faith, this could mean that you start a list, you start planning something, you start taking those ideas from your brain and you start putting them on paper, so to speak. You start making a plan, and that can even be your first step. It doesn't mean that you have to step outside just yet if you're not ready. But Spirit just says take some first steps regarding this, because this is a great time for you to start to materialize things, and even start to like shape, like once you start writing things down or you start coming up with a plan, I'm seeing that there's like this abundance of ideas that comes to you. All right, answering the call, the time is now. So yeah, I think Spirit has a message for you right here. Begin now, the time is now, take your first step, answer the call, open the door, see what's out there waiting for you. And then also, you know, it's interesting here, like I said a minute ago, how you're holding on to the dragonfly, because it's kind of like Spirit is saying, look, you don't have to go through this alone. Hold on to the dragonfly, and the dragonfly will help guide you where you're going, especially because this is number 18. So that corresponds to the moon card in the tarot deck. And so there's a sense of like, well, can I begin now? Can I, you know, is the time now? And I don't know exactly what I'm doing or exactly how to move forward. Yes, the time is now, because look here, you know, going on this path, you have the people here who are wishing you well. You have the animals here, the little chickens. And I just feel like all along your way, you're going to have synchronicities, you're going to have signs, you're going to have people, things that are helping to guide you. Same thing here. You open the door and you have this cute deer here. So it just feels like you're going to be guided along the way. And will you ever be 100% ready to start something? Probably not. I don't know many people who were 100% ready to start something, because even if you feel that way, a lot of times you're going to get 2 steps in and realize that there's something you didn't plan for or something like that, right? But that's just part of the fun process of learning, right? And figuring out what works and what doesn't work. So Spirit says you're going to be fine. You're absolutely going to be fine. All right, what else can you tell us for group number 3? So I feel that you're going to be really happy when you get the signs to move forward, okay? But you're also going to be really happy when you get to where you're going. So I feel Spirit is saying, look, you're going to enjoy the whole journey. Will you enjoy 100% of the days on the journey? Probably not, but the majority are going to be fun and exciting, and you're really, really going to be very happy that you took this leap, that you took the steps, that you answered an opportunity, whatever it may be in your particular case. Wow. So you have the World card, number 21. So I'm getting a couple things here. Okay, first of all, this is you answering the call. This is you beginning now. This is you taking action. This is you being resilient. So Spirit is showing you that not only is the time now for you to start this new chapter, but Spirit is also showing you what's going to happen at the end of this journey that you're about to start. So this has a dual meaning here. You're going to get to where you're going. You are getting to the finish line. Look at how happy and excited this person is. See how you start over here? You're a little apprehensive in this card, and look at how you end it. You are claiming your victory here. You are winning. You are accomplishing exactly what you set out to accomplish here. And I love how this is below resilience, because do you know, because I feel like this person is running a marathon or something. Do you know what kind of resilience that takes? I'm sure some of you do. Some of you have run marathons. Like, you have to train for it. You have to build up to it. And then when you get to that finish line, this is exactly how you feel. And so I feel you are ready for it. You have trained, you have prepared, and Spirit is saying the time is now. Go for it. Yeah, this is fascinating. So you have the Chariot card. So making strategic moves, because I feel like you already have made these strategic moves in your mind, in your brain. Spirit is saying you are fully prepared as you can be to take action. Isn't that interesting how the action card is above the Chariot card? I mean, the Chariot literally is about taking action. This is about being resilient. This is about setting a very firm foundation and knowing that your road ahead is going to have some challenges in it, but with the proper planning, with the proper foresight, with making those proper moves at the right time, you're going to be very, very successful. I feel like there's really nothing that could stand in your way other than yourself, other than, possibly self-doubt that some of you might have, because I really feel things are going to work out in your favor. Okay, so here's the King of Pentacles. See, you have so many signs of the success that you're going to experience by moving forward with something. So you're going to be very successful. You are going to enjoy the fruits of your labor. And I feel like this is something that's not going to happen overnight. This is something that is going to take a lot of preparation. But look at what's happening here, right? So with the Chariot card, with taking action and moving forward with something, this is what you're achieving. You are achieving like the highest level of success that you possibly could. Not only that, but the sun is shining down on this action that you're going to be taking. So these two cards really represent, so the World card and the King of Pentacles in this deck here in your reading really represents what will happen if you move forward with this plan. And there's something else with the World card, something about things getting easier for you, winning, but there's something else. What is it? It's not coming through, so I'm going to keep that in mind. Okay, so you have the Four of Pentacles. So this is an interesting Four of Pentacles. I feel some of you, it feels like this is how it feels. So this may be literal for some of you, or some of you may relate to this. It feels like if you're leaving home for the first time and you want to hold on so tightly and you don't want to leave, but you know that you have to in order for your growth. You know, could you stay home forever? Yeah, of course. And some people do, you know, and that's perfectly fine. But what I'm seeing here is that for you to reach this potential, you need to metaphorically leave home. You need to step outside of your comfort zone, and you need to put a plan into action for yourself, right? This has something to do with your spiritual growth, and you're going to be very successful. Some of you, like, so when I talk about that, it's like a metaphorical feeling, right, of you leaving home. Because some of you may be getting ready to step out into your own business. Some of you have a fear, if you leave your day job, will you have to give up money? Will you have enough savings to get you through until you're successful with whatever this business is that you're going to start? And what I'm seeing here is that yes, you are going to be successful. If you have some savings, that would be even better, because then you will have something to fall back on, right? And I'm also seeing that some of you are doing two things at once, where over here you had two things going on. But as this over here got a little bit more successful, Spirit is saying, look, it's okay to leave one of the thing that you're trying to grow out of, to leave that behind and start something new. Because what you have here is the King of Pentacles. This is showing how successful you're going to be with this idea. You're going to overcome any problems, any challenges, and financially you're going to be very, very comfortable. Yeah, the Six of Swords. Isn't this interesting how I was talking about that I was feeling this sense of you feeling like it's time to move on from something, whether it's, you know, moving out of the home that you grew up in to go become your own person, or to leave a job that was safe and secure to go pursue something else, right? Whatever I said before. So here's the Six of Swords. So this is you actually leaving something that you were clinging to. See? So you've packed your bags and you're literally moving on from something. And you're going toward a dream that you have. You're putting your fears aside and you're going after something. And you will have this sense of wonder about your journey. Because there's a sense of wonder because you're starting something new and you don't know how it's going to turn out. You have great hopes, but you still don't know, right? You're like, well, I hope this works. I feel like it's going to work. But you're leaving behind an environment that for some of you, it may have been very, very stressful. So you may have been in this environment, like over here, that could be why I'm getting the sense of contemplation. Like, I really don't want to be here anymore. I'm having a sense of wonder about my future, what the potential could be for my future. Maybe this was becoming more draining by the day for you to stay here. And so now you're leaving behind a situation that just wasn't working for you in exchange for the sun over here. Do you see how the clouds are parting over here? So I feel that some of you, number 6 seems to be important. Some of you are going to be stepping into this in the next 6 months. For some of you, it could be 6 weeks. For some of you, it could be June. I feel like there was something else that was going to come through, but it didn't come through. So maybe I guess that's just it. So we'll just leave it at that. Okay. So you have the Queen of Wands. Okay. So this is literally a visual of what our topic is. You will be so happy when this happens. And look at how happy you are here. Some of you are going to be in the spotlight. Some of you are having some major success with something that you're working on. So some of you, this could be where you're literally on stage. Because I'm seeing someone signing autographs. So you could be signing autographs regarding something that you have done. So you could be a performer. You could be an artist. It just feels like you're finally receiving the recognition that is due to you. But this happens after you let go of something, right? After you take a leap of faith, after you believe in yourself and you move forward. This could also be, because you have all the phones here, this could be achieving a level of success with a social media career that you have or that you're starting, or maybe this is going to be a pop that you need regarding a social media career so that you can leave your day job behind and then you can embrace this as your day job. So money could be coming in here as well. But there's definitely a sense of independence that you're getting here. There's a sense of achievement. But the only way that you achieve this is by taking that leap of faith, by beginning and answering the call. Something that you're very passionate about. That's whatever this is, you're achieving great success based on pursuing something that you have passion about. So this isn't just getting a new job, unless you get a new job and you realize that's your passion. Right? This is you pursuing something that is going to bring you abundance in all forms. So definitely finances, emotional abundance, being independent, being successful, things like that. All right, so you have the Nine of Swords. So there definitely seems to be a fear about getting started. There could be a fear of failure. There could be a fear of how everything is going to come together. You know, there could be a fear of leaving something behind and moving forward. Because here with the Four of Pentacles, this is also a fear card, at least in this deck, right? And so it feels like you are getting past those fears, especially once you take the first couple steps. I feel like you pretty quickly come to the realization that you made the right decision, and I just feel like you don't have any regrets about moving forward. I also feel here that your worst fear is not going to come true. Okay, so Spirit says listen to your sense of wonder instead of the fears that you have about moving forward. So you have the Hermit card. See, it is time for you to step out and get into the spotlight. For some of you, that's literal. For others of you, it's metaphorical, where it's time for you to step into the spotlight of you pursuing something that you're meant to pursue. Do you see here how the clock says 11:11? So I feel there could be divine timing at play here. And then look at the key here. So I feel that the universe at the perfect time is going to provide a key for you to move forward with this plan that you have. You're definitely entering a new cycle, but you're also definitely receiving the answers as far as like how to move forward with this new cycle. Some of you with the key, you're moving somewhere. So some of you are getting a new home. Some of you could be getting a new vehicle. Some of you will be entering a new career or a new job. Some of you are going to start your own business, but I feel like you've done a lot of planning, a lot of research, and this new cycle is upon you. For some of you, November 11th could have significance to you or for you. Something could be happening at 11:11 in the I guess it could be the afternoon or the evening or the morning, or you know what I'm trying to say. Either in the middle of the night or in the middle of the morning, something could be happening here. But yeah, it's interesting that you have the Hermit card right below the Chariot in action, because it's like your time of research, your time of strategizing is coming to an end, and either it's time for you to take action, or the universe is letting you know that something is going to take action and land in your life, and then that's going to be the way that you move forward with your plan. See? So this is the Knight of Cups. This is what I was just saying. Something is coming towards you, or you are going towards something. This is the perfect time for you to go after your dreams, to go after what you want to connect with, because this thing, this person, place, thing, or situation is going to be very receptive to you going after it, right? Just like here. So you have the deer here. So I feel like the deer knocked on the door, you answered the call, and the deer is like, hey, the time is now, let's go. Same thing's happening here. Someone's knocking on your door. You're like, you open the door, you say, oh, okay, you're here. And this opportunity is saying, yes, I am. Hop in the car, let's go. And that's what's happening with the Six of Swords here. And then What happens after this is you expand into the King of Pentacles here. So this is showing how taking a leap of faith and moving forward with something is very, very advantageous to your future. The Two of Wands, see, there's a theme going on here about a decision that needs to be made and you making the right decision. So it looks like this person is planning, is looking at things, is researching things, and has been doing this for quite some time. It's interesting that you have the globe here, right? You have the window here. It's time. It is time for you to step outside of your comfort zone. It's time for you to accept an opportunity or to create your own opportunity going forward. Yeah, there's something about the timing where things are just lining up for you. And I feel like you're going to be seeing synchronicities with numbers. And it could be any number. It doesn't have to be 222. It doesn't have to be 1111. And I'm saying that because we have 2 here and you have 1111 here. It could be some completely random number that has meaning to you, right? It doesn't have to be a number on the clock. It could just be any random number. Let me move this down a little so you can see the number there. Speaking of numbers. Okay. You have the Fool card. Have I not been talking about taking a leap of faith? And look at how happy this person is to take a leap of faith. And look at the bird here helping to guide you where you're going. And not just that, but you have the umbrella here. So the umbrella, I feel, is a symbol of having a parachute, right? So it's like you have the umbrella and it's slowing you down, and so is the bird, making sure that when you take that leap of faith, you're guided in the right direction. So, you know, it's interesting that you're never alone on this journey. Here you have the dragonfly. Here you have the animals on your path here. Here you have the deer, right? Wasn't there another card? Maybe there wasn't. So here you have the bird. So you're not alone. Your spirit guides are not going to let you fall. And I just feel like you're going to be so successful, and this is something that you're pursuing that's going to have deep meaning for you. It's really, truly going to bring you so much happiness. The Strength card. Okay, so there's a couple things going on here. First of all, look at the picture back here where you've reached the summit of something that was challenging, a goal that you had. So you're reaching the top. You have the flag here. There's victory that is going to happen for you. Spirit is saying that you have the strength that you need to go forward. Grandma here, it looks like Grandma has an infinity necklace on. So the potential for you is infinite. The amount of success that you will have is infinite, especially because the card right above is the Queen of Wands. So there's definitely recognition. This could be anything from just receiving recognition. This could be you receiving finances with the Queen of Wands. Because whatever you're doing here, whatever you set out to do here, Spirit says you have the strength to accomplish it. And then the card right above is the Queen of Wands, right? So you're achieving great things here. There's a lot of growth also. I feel this is something that you can keep with you for the rest of your life, because how we have the young child here and then the older person here, it feels like this is something that you can grow into, something that you've probably had an interest in for quite some time. And so if you've had an interest in this for quite some time and you haven't been able to jump into what you want to start, Spirit is saying don't give up on the idea, because your time is coming. Okay, you're not always going to be kind of stuck in between two worlds. You will be able to move forward with a plan that you have. So this is going to come to fruition for you. So just keep that in mind, that this idea is gaining strength. You are gaining strength, and you will be able to pursue this, and you will be successful. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching.